Hi, my name is Micaela Pavoncello. I am the founder of Jewish Roma Walking Tours, a company that has been specialized in offering Jewish tours of Rome, or better, see Rome from a Jewish perspective. I started in 2003 when I understood how special the Jewish community history was, and I love to share it with you. We are now in the former Jewish ghetto, and you should know that the Jews of Rome don't call it ghetto but Piazza. And I'd like to show you the most interesting sites. First of all, you should know that the ghetto was established only to convert Jews. The Pope thought that by giving them a hard time, the Jews would choose to give up and embrace Christianity. And he chose one of the most disgusting areas of Rome to host them. At the beginning, there were 3,000, and then, we got the mitzvah of multiplying and became 9,000. Behind me, you can see the Great Synagogue. It was built here as a symbol of emancipation in 1904. But I'd like to show you that the ghetto was not walled really, but it had gates. Gates that were open at sunlight and closed at sunset. So I'd like you to see the main gates that was chosen by the Pope to segregate the Jews. That was the bridge, there was the monument of the Arco de Portico di Ottavia. You see? This is an early ancient Roman building, I would call it a cultural center, that the Pope decided to use as the main entrance to the ghetto. So you can see now that behind me, this block, it's from 1911, but it's old 2,000 years, and it was chosen as the main entrance to the ghetto. Please notice how this area is so central in Rome, and that hill behind us is the Capitoline Hill, the hill where Romulus and Remo founded Rome, if they ever existed. I'd like you to notice also how behind me, besides of a lot of little tourists that we have, there are churches. Now I'm sure we have noticed that in Rome we have a lot of churches, but the amount of churches that surround the ghetto are not a coincidence. Churches were used to make the Jews go and listen to the Holy Mass, where priests, using very tough ways and manners, would try to convince them to convert. But you can count on a hand the people who did convert, because the life would be miserable anyway. Jews would not trust them, and Christians would not trust them. This is a good time to visit the area, which changes its mood really every hour of the day. This is the time when the school ends at 1 p.m. There are several moments of the kids that the kids can go out. There is the exit at 1 and then at 4. So every time of the day we have a different mood in this area. You see a lot of people choose the area to come and eat because there are amazing food shared. You see? Everybody likes to eat and enjoy the special dishes of the Roman Jewish cuisine. And please take a look at these amazing buildings that today are super chic and trendy because the area completely gentrified and became very, very expensive. Imagine that 20 years ago, when I said to my mother, let's go back to the ghetto, I feel a connection, it's our place. She says, me? Living with the schleppers? Forget it. And now she's killing herself for not listening. As you can see, that's one of the most interesting dishes of the Roman Jewish cuisine, which is basically the most authentic Roman cuisine, because we are the most ancient citizens of Rome. And so if you really want to eat Roman, you have to come here to eat. The poorest dishes of the Roman tradition come from Jewish cuisine. The fried artichoke became so popular because artichokes were growing wild, and when you deep fry, even a shoe is good, and that's why it became so famous all over. But today the area offers a lot of different kosher foods. We have meat restaurants, we have dairy restaurants, and if the cobblestones could talk, you would hear amazing stories. In the same area here, we have believed about for 2,000 years, from when we came during the Maccabees, You know why the Jews of Rome came here straight from Jerusalem? To ask protection. Protection to the Romans against the Syrian king Antiochus. So we basically came here at the time of Hanukkah, and since then we never left. And so that's why we're so proud to be the most authentic Jerusalem Jews, as well as the most authentic Roman citizens. Behind me you can see the building of the school, the Jewish school that goes from kindergarten through high school. And now that it's lunchtime, the whole area is vibrant and busy again. Of course, COVID gave us a hard time because we are shop owners, restaurant owners, souvenir sellers, which involve a lot of tourism. That, as you can imagine, it's been blocked by this pandemic. We're finally in the central square, what we call the Piazza, where you can see our elderlies sitting on the benches and talking and watching people go by. This is really our meeting point. Don't forget that we are Jews, but we're also Italians. And so we like to sit on the benches and discuss and gossip and chat. I'm going to take Via della Reginella, and I'd like you to be able to see it. That's one of the most interesting streets. It's called Via della Reginella because apparently there was a beautiful girl living here. It shows, it can give you a chance to understand how narrow the streets of the ghetto were and how little sun could reach the ground. And you can see and feel the quiet of the street. And you can see signs of the Jewish presence. You can understand it through our last names on the buzzers. We don't have any Goldberg or Goldstein. We have typical Italian Jewish names, which were invented when we were already here. And so Via della Reginella is today one of those streets that complete the gentrification. And instead of shops that used to sell underwear and socks, today we have a lot of boutique, art galleries, antiquity shops that give a completely different look to the area. You see? An art gallery, and the quiet and the silence of an area in the center of Rome, because this is the center of Rome. Look at the bazaar of the ancient times. And in these buildings still live our elderlies. You see? Our tall buildings from the ghetto with no elevators, where our elderlies still live. And when they need something and they don't feel like going down without the elevator, you hear a whistle and a basket with a rope coming down the window, and then you know you have to do some favor to them, or you have to go to do some errands for them, like buying milk or bread or whatever they need. Unfortunately, this is the same area where we had, of course, a terrorist attack, and also where we were rounded up by the Nazi in 1943. There would be a whole chapter to talk about Rome during the Nazi occupation. But you should know that even though very few people know that there was a Shoah in Italy, even though we were allied to the Nazi until September 43, after September 43, the Jews of Rome were deported to the camps, and very few survived. The only difference, I would say, is that 80% of Roman Jews survived the war, while in the rest of Europe, 80% perished. And that's due to the attitude of the Italians toward the Jews, who have never been perceived as of an inferior race. There was a different kind of anti-Semitism. I would call it anti-Judaism. Jews had to be saved to be converted. And so that's what also brought the Italians to risk their life to save the Jews. Also, we were not the intelligentsia, so getting rid of a Roman Jew didn't really change anybody's role in the society. let me show you one of the most beautiful artworks of the area, the famous Fountain of the Turtles, which is not just famous for the history of art, but famous for the history of the Jews. Because you should know that when Gian Lorenzo Bernini, the famous master of the arts of Rome, who's been working for 7 different popes during his long-lasting career, well, you should know that he never liked the policy of the ghetto. So when the Pope asked him to renovate and restore this fountain, he decided to fix the water. And you should know the Jews could only drink the water from the river. So by fixing the water of this fountain, Bernini really meant to bring life to the Jews. And then he had the turtles, because turtles represent the Jews. They are the eldest animal known, and they carry on their back their home, family, and tradition. This is where I generally take a picture with my customers at the end of the tour. I have a huge collection, and I can't wait to meet you and have your picture with me at the Fountain of the Turtles. I hope you enjoyed this little taste into the Roman Jewish history. There will be another chapter to talk about Roman Jewish cuisine, Roman Jewish dialect, Roman Jewish way of thinking. You should know that we're not Ashkenazim and we're not Sephardim. So what are we? We say that we are the third way. And also, you should know that we're all Orthodox. I know it's hard to believe, but Roman Jews are only Orthodox. But the real definition is the following. We are Orthodox in structure, conservative in philosophy, Reform in behavior, and Catholic in religion. And with that, I hope to see you very soon in Rome. Letraot.